Every so often a movie comes out that just taps into that zeitgeist and becomes a smash hit, and in 1981 that movie was Porky's. And whenever you get a smash hit, you'll find exploitation filmmakers willing to produce more of the same kind of movie. And it's not a bad strategy, because some things you just never get tired of. Mornings with good coffee, evenings with good dinner, movies with lots of big titties. Welcome to Exploitation Reviews, and me, Rob, and today I'm taking a look at Screwballs from 1983. Animal House might be the film responsible for bringing the raunchy teen sex comedy into the mainstream at the end of the 70s. And after Porky's made over $100 million in 1981, it was clear audiences still had an appetite for these raunchy teen movies. So they made more. This is one of them. Let's check it out. We open on some ladies struggling with a big sausage. And yeah, sure, I can make a joke here. It's low-hanging fruit. That's not hard. Think about it. Anyway, after that, they drive through the credits. And you know the movie's going to be good when the credits mention the TNA cheerleaders and Jim Wynorski as a consultant. I can only imagine the consultation meetings. Hey, Jim, thanks for taking time to sit down with us. Our script loses some forward momentum halfway through Act 2. Any suggestions? You could put in another scene with boobs. You're a lifesaver, Jim, thanks. Anyway, let's meet our main characters. Inside the school, one of our guys pretends to be a doctor so he can help the freshman girls with their breast exams. Why are they doing breast exams at a public school? Because America has a great public school system. Yeah, let's go with that. But this stunt gets our guy detention. Over in French class, our second guy tries to teach the class how to please the Eiffel Tower, and he gets detention. A new student accidentally goes into the girls' locker room and, you guessed it, detention. In the kitchen, one of the student workers gets overheated in the meat locker. Detention. Finally, a geeky kid sets up a series of mirrors so he can get an eyeful of cheerleader lollies. It works, and he gets detention. So now all of our guys are together. We've got the geeky guy, the fat guy, the cool guy, the new guy, and the preppy guy. One of the things I like about this movie is that these 5 high school tropes, they get along and they work together. There's no antagonism or drama in this movie at all. It's light and fun all the way through. So after the principal gives them 5 days detention, our 5 guys make a pact. Before homecoming, at least one of them will see Purity Bush's boobs. Yeah, that's her name. She's the pretty goody two-shoes who's rumored to still be a virgin. And yeah, that's the plot of the movie. 5 guys agree to help each other see some girl's boobs. The 80s were a magical time. And so the movie is rather episodic in nature. Our guys concoct various plans to see Purity's boobs, and the film hops from one plan to the next. There's no character development, no lessons learned, no 3-act structure. It's a series of events designed to see boobs. So basically, it's a cinematic representation of my mind. Let's see some of the attempts. The first guy has a direct plan of attack, sneak into Purity's room, but he's a bit clumsy, which alerts her mother. But this works out for the best because Purity's mom is a bit of a cougar. On to the next attempt. A geek rigs up some sort of engineering experiment that's supposed to hypnotize the girls. This doesn't work, of course, but a few of the girls do lose their tops in the process. In the business world, this is what's known as failing upwards. Next up is the big guy. His plan involves the beach, but it'll have to wait until tomorrow morning. For now, it's time to go to the drive-in. Oh, hey, look what they're watching, the arena. I covered that movie on this channel a little while back. Turns out our guys have excellent taste in movies. Although our cool guy has trouble concentrating. And the new guy is having an even harder time. But even he gets distracted from his task when he notices that the rich guy's date is his sister. This leads to a big drive-in brawl, which is intercut with a big brawl in the arena. A pretty well put together scene, actually. 2 exploitation films in one. Anyway, the next day, time for the beach plan. They bury the big guy and make a periscope for him. The plan hinges upon the fact that Purity always sunbathes in the same spot. And the plan almost works. So will one or all of our guys eventually see Purity's boobs? Well, yeah, eventually. Will they be worth the hassle? Well, that's enough out of me as far as plot goes. Let's talk some highlights. Obviously, this is a stupid movie, and I don't mean that in a bad way. It's stupid fun. It's never serious, it's bright and colorful, and you have to love the simplicity of making a movie about trying to see boobs. The 80s were a magical time. But beyond that, another big highlight is Raven DeLaCroix is in this movie. We last saw her on this channel in Russ Meyer's Up. Here, she plays a stripper, and since she was a stripper in real life, she knows how to work that stage. Side note, about a year after this came out, Raven had a starring role in Jim Wynorski's The Lost Empire. Yeah, I'll probably cover that one eventually. But anyway, since Wynorski was a consultant on this film, this might be where he met her. Okay, so we've got a light and silly movie with a few laughs and more than a few sets of boobs, including those owned by the lovely Raven DeLaCroix, so the movie's in pretty good shape, but I wouldn't say it's perfect. Like a boy stuck in a bowling ball, it has some shortcomings. Well, you know what kind of movie this is, and if this is your kind of movie, then this is your movie. So the question is probably more of how does it stack up in comparison to other movies of this sort? And actually, it stacks up pretty well. True, it's not as sleazy as the cheerleaders, but really nothing is. The acting isn't as good as something like American Pie, but Eugene Levy is in American Pie, and it's hard to compete with that. And I guess the jokes and pranks aren't quite as good as those in Revenge of the Nerds, but it's way better than Zapped in every way. It's funnier than Hots, and the characters are way more likable than those in Hard Bodies or The Last American Virgin. So overall, this maybe isn't top-tier teen sex comedy, but like many of the cup sizes in this movie, it's well above average.